think the word that springs to mind when I think about 2020 is whiplash. So, March, everybody experienced this, I think, but March, everything shut down. We're in a healthcare sector. Nobody wanted to go near healthcare facilities. We can't send our people home to work. They have to be where the patients are. So, I'd never seen a business go that flat that quickly before. We've all run businesses, I'm sure, that are struggling. And then within 6 months, or less than that actually, within 4 months, with the COVID vaccines that needed to be developed, suddenly the company was booming. So I'd never gone so quickly from a company in decline like everybody else to a company that was having to grow faster than I'd ever grown a company in my life, hence the whiplash term. At the same time, we also did 5 deals, acquired 5 companies, and we got sold ourselves. I had black hair when the year started.
Last year was protect cash, preserve the asset, and then coming out of it was how do you drive the momentum of growth? What decisions do we need to make now to lean forward into this?
I think it was a great opportunity to sit down with some peers across the state and to talk about the post-COVID environment, some of the frustrations and I think some of the challenges that we went through during that season, but also to talk about the opportunity that's in front of all of us and to discuss ways that we think we can rise above those challenges and come out of the COVID season even better than we were before.
We continue to have clients who are having major supply chain disruptions as recently as yesterday. And so those were sort of the 2 key challenges that I kept hearing, sort of people having to work through, and then just trying to manage through how to have your teams collaborating together when everybody's at home and dealing with school from home. We all go to our offices. We don't have an 8-year-old running in, Dad, needs some help with his homework. So it was just interesting to hear how a bunch of different companies have persevered through that.
That's that trifecta of areas of focus has been being flexible in how you engage with your talented resources and finding additional talent, your agility in making business decisions quickly, needing the data so that you can move quickly as an organization, to better your customers, to better your employees, and ultimately flexibility and agility on how you engage and serve your customer base.
So you might have the best culture in the world, but if the employees don't see it and feel it on a regular basis, they're just going to be disengaged, and it's easy and they're more marketable than ever sitting at their homes.
Our marketing and recruiting efforts have had to change. Just posting, an old stodgy, job description without a lot of color or excitement to it is not doing it anymore. We're having to really change the approach to get in front of those folks.
The common theme I heard was relationships, whether it's relationships with your employees, relationships with your vendors, and part of that relationship is communication and trust. So talking to those folks, especially last year when things shut down for several businesses, talking to your employees and just being overly communicative.
All of the different strategies around employee engagement and how do we preserve our culture when we're in a hybrid workforce, and it really all comes back to those relationships with employees, customers, vendors.
Also just your organic growth, kids coming out of college and coming to work for you and having them be able to get the training they need, get up to speed the way that they need to for interns, new hires. Those types of things have been challenges that we've heard kind of across the board for instilling that corporate culture, in some cases completely remotely.
I think for us it was just really some comfort that other people were in the same challenges we were, how to attract talent, how to keep talent, and how to keep them engaged.
We have 30,000 customers across almost every industry. And so for us being a software company, we could shift pretty quickly to a remote space, but we saw and felt the pain across different industries and different customers and the spouses, significant others of our employees, from companies whose volume went to zero like that, whether it's in travel, oil got hit, hospitality got hit tremendously. So it's interesting to be able to see and feel kind of what different companies were doing, as we provide software to companies to help them make financial decisions, which was a good year for us in terms of what we could do and how we could really reinforce the return.
That's the best part of what came out of COVID. If you could find a silver lining, is people were willing to adapt, and then people who, like myself, even were very traditional about how you got work done, it created flexibility, and then it opened eyes.
I think what was apparent in the room is that a lot is still in flux. I mean, COVID's not in the rearview mirror by any means.
Everyone has to kind of come together to solve this problem of shortage of talent and engaged employee base, and that's something every business needs to help each other work through versus just a me mentality.